Hi, welcome to my sourdough tutorial. So first thing we're going to do is feed the starter. I took this out of the fridge and I'm putting it on a scale, and I'm going to set the scale to 0. And now I have some flour. It has to be unbleached, and it has to be, the best thing is to have high gluten flour, but I didn't see it in the store. So I have all-purpose flour, but it must be unbleached. So I'm going to add equal parts of flour to equal parts of water in weight. So you can choose any amount. I'm going to do 60 grams today, 60 grams of flour and then 60 grams of water. Here's my water. I'm going to set the scale again to 0 and add 60 grams. This is from my filter, and people say you should use filtered water or spring water rather than tap water. My sister uses tap water and she said it's fine. So do whatever you want. 60 grams. Oops, I did 73. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more flour. Be right back. So I added about 70 grams of flour and water, and now I'm going to mix it. Mix it all together with a knife. There we go. And that's it. And now I'm going to leave it to double in height. So I have this rubber band here to show me where it is right now, so that I can see how much it's rising. So now I'm going to put the lid on here and leave it in my art room where it's really warm for about 3 hours. So it's going to double or just like get taller. Alright, I'll see you later. Okay, so the starter has risen a lot, and if you can see, it's very like fluffy inside. Very fluffy and very, looks really good, really bubbly. And now we're ready to start making the mixture of the dough. So it's starter, flour, water and salt, literally 4 ingredients. I'm using a glass bowl and a scale to measure it. I'm going to share with you the recipe, the ingredients, and then so you can follow along. So I'm going to put the scale on and get it to 0. The first thing I'm going to put in is the starter. So I'm going to put in, get a knife, put in 72 grams of starter. Let's do this. Okay, I put 78 grams. I don't think it's a problem. And now I have a lot of starter. So now I'm probably going to be able to share this with others, or I'm going to have to throw it out, because the starter just keeps growing unless you get rid of some. Alright, the next thing I'm going to put in is the water. Then I'm going to do the salt and then the flour. I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I put the ingredients together, and it's sort of a sloppy texture. It's not very dry. I had to add a little extra water. So a bit of a higher hydration, a 75% hydration rather than a 70%. And now it's going to rest for 20 minutes. And when I come back, I'm going to stretch and fold, which I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to let it rest for 20 minutes and then come back and stretch and fold, and then repeat that again. So within the hour, I'm going to stretch and fold 3 times every 20 minutes. See you later. Oh, before I go, I'm going to cover this with a wet towel so there's no hard crust that forms. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes and now I'm going to stretch and fold. So, actually 1 second, I'm going to get water. So I'll make my hands wet, and then I'm going to stretch and fold. Some more water. Go to the other side, stretch and fold. Now I'm going to do it this way, stretch and fold, stretch and fold, and keep doing it like until it doesn't really work anymore. Let's get some water. So I'm putting my hands in the water because it gets really sticky. All right, so see, it's not really working anymore, so now I'm gonna let it rest for another 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and now it's time to stretch and fold for the second time. Come and have a look. So it's covered with a wet towel. I'm gonna remove the towel, make my hands wet in some water, and stretch and fold. See how it became really more stretchy after waiting 20 minutes, and how again it's not so stretchy. All right, we're gonna cover it and wait another 20 minutes. So I stretched and folded a third time, and now I'm covering it and putting it back in the art room for 3 hours to like rise. And then we will be pre-shaping it, which is more complex, but keep posted for that. See you soon. Okay, so it has been a couple of hours and the dough looks very bubbly and fluffy. It means that the bacteria in the starter has really done its work, and we are ready now to pre-shape. Flour on the counter, a lot. A scooper, and I'm going to scoop the dough onto the counter. Alright, now this is how we're going to do it. We're going to take one side and fold it in. Take the other side and fold it in. Take the side and fold it in. And fold it over like that. Alright. And then we're going to tighten it like. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes and we're going to shape our loaves now. So it's a similar process. I'm going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I'm going to tighten it. I think that's it. I'm going to sprinkle some rice flour into my bowl. There's some flour in the rubber. Now we're going to scoop up this. I'm going to use my big scoop to scoop this up. 1 shot scoop. And then tip it upside down in my bowl. So now that it's in my bowl, I'm going to cover it and put it in the fridge till tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to bake it. Okay, so this has been in the fridge overnight, and now we are ready to bake it. We're going to preheat the oven and the pot at 500 degrees. All right, let's take the dough out of the basket and get it ready to put in the pot. We're going to score it. right, it's been 20 minutes. Now I'm going to take the pot out of the oven and remove the lid and lower it to 450 degrees. Okay, it's been another 20 minutes. Now we're going to take it out and remove it from the pot. Still needs another 20 minutes in the oven. I'm going to do 15 minutes. Because sometimes it's a little overdone, so I'm going to stick to 15 minutes and see if it needs an extra 5. Alright, we're almost there. That's the timer. It's been 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Let's see. Oh yes, I think it's ready. Perfect. Look at this beauty. I'm going to leave it on a dry to cool down for an hour. And then after that, you can cut and enjoy.